Jeffrey Epstein died worth nearly $600 million. 2 private islands, multiple mansions, a Boeing 727 nicknamed the Lolita Express. But here's the thing that should terrify you. Nobody could figure out where all this money actually came from. Until now. Look, we all know Epstein as a convicted sex offender. But before his crimes came to light, he presented himself as this mysterious financial genius, calling himself a pioneer of derivative and option-based investing. The problem? His actual business model makes absolutely no sense. Unless you understand the 2 billionaires who secretly funded his entire operation. Here's what we know from court documents that just became public. Between 1999 and 2018, Epstein's companies generated over $800 million in revenue. He kept $490 million of that as fees. But here's where it gets weird. 75% of all his income came from just 2 men. 2 billionaires who claimed they had no idea what Epstein was really doing. Les Wexner, the guy who built Victoria's Secret, and Leon Black, a private equity titan worth billions. But why would 2 of America's richest men pay a relatively unknown financier hundreds of millions of dollars? Let's start with Wexner. In 1991, he gave Epstein something almost unheard of in the finance world: complete power of attorney over his entire fortune. Think about that. A billionaire handed total control of his money to a guy who would have been fired from an investment banking company. The gifts were insane. A $56 million Manhattan mansion, just transferred to Epstein for free. A Boeing 727 private jet. Properties in Ohio. Over $200 million in straight cash payments. Then, suddenly, in 2007, it all ended. Wexner claims Epstein misappropriated $46 million and cut all ties. But the timing is suspicious. This was right when rumors about Epstein's activities started circulating. After losing Wexner, Epstein was basically broke. The 2008 financial crisis destroyed his investments. His main company lost $166 million. Then Leon Black saved him. Starting in 2012, Black began paying Epstein massive fees. $50 million in 2013 alone, $70 million in 2014. Black claims it was for tax advice. But here's the problem. $170 million for tax advice? That's more than most companies make in a year. Senator Ron Wyden called it an abnormal amount to pay for tax advice, with no satisfactory explanation. Epstein didn't just rely on fees, he had a secret weapon: the U.S. Virgin Islands. In 1996, he became a resident there, setting up his firms, Financial Trust and Southern Trust. Why? Tax breaks. Massive ones. The Virgin Islands Economic Development Program gave Epstein a 90% exemption on corporate taxes and 100% on gross receipts. Translation: he saved $300 million in taxes from 1999 to 2018, paying an average tax rate of just 3.9%, while the standard rate was 38.5%. The same year he got these tax breaks, he bought Little St. James Island for $8 million, the island that would become central to his trafficking operation. Recently, Senate investigators found something chilling. Over 4,700 transactions totaling $1.9 billion flowing through Epstein's accounts at major banks. Senator Wyden wrote, Epstein clearly had access to enormous financing to operate his trafficking network, and the details on how he got the cash are sitting in a Treasury Department filing cabinet. So how did Epstein really make his money? The evidence suggests he didn't make it, he extracted it. From 2 billionaires who paid him astronomical sums for reasons that still don't add up. The scariest part? We still don't know who else was paying him, or why. The full client list remains sealed, but one thing is certain. Jeffrey Epstein's money trail leads to some of the most powerful people in America, and they're hoping you never connect the dots.